Hello and welcome to Greyhound View. The battle is on for the 6 coveted places in the final of the Puppy Stakes. Shelbourne Park's manager Noel Hines is in the spotlight, and we feature the final of the Munster Marathon from Curraheen Park. But first to Newbridge for the final of the McKeon electrical sweepstake and the second round of the Cox Cup.
Well, the dogs now in traps for the opening heat of the Cox Cup of 2001. In 1 is Minor River, 2 Darter, in 3 the early pace Scotia's Grave, in 4 Overrider, in 5 Dew Point, and in trap 6 Governor. Here up behind the traps. And away they go, and fast and stride is number 3 Scotia's Grave. In second spot Overrider, into the corner they go. Oh, Scotia's Grave maintains his lead over number 4 Overrider. Back in third spot is Minor River. Around the second corner now Overrider starts to challenge. In second now Scotia's Grave. Back in third is Minor River. Down they go to the third corner, number 4 Overrider. He's about a length and a half, 2 lengths clear of number 3 Scotia's Grave. Back in third is Minor River. Now around the final corner, number 4 Overrider. He's not going to be caught at this stage, I'd say. Back in second is Scotia's Grave, and in third Minor River. Up the home straight they come. Number 4 Overrider. He slid it from the second corner. He beats number 3 Scotia's Grave. Back in third Minor River. And the result of the opening heat, the winner was number 4 Overrider. In second spot Scotia's Grave. Back in third Minor River. The winner was a 5-2 shot, and the winning time 30:14. Heat 2, in 1 is Lemon Suspect, 2 is Jet Spray, in 3 Premier County, in 4 MD Boys, in 5 Courage Prince, and in trap 6 Vera's Rovey. Fast in the stride is number 4 MD Boys. Vera's Rovey at the tail of the field. Into the corner they go. MD Boys from number 2 Jet Spray. Back in third. Now number 3 Premier County. Out of the second corner, and Jet Spray has hit the front. Down the back straight they stride, and number 2 Jet Spray. He's about 3 lengths clear of number 4 MD Boys. Lemon Suspect powering through in third. Now they come around the second last corner. Number 2 Jet Spray. In second spot Lemon Suspect looks at danger. Back in third spot now number 5 Courage Prince running strong. Around the final corner, Jet Spray coming up to the line. Jet Spray holds on. Beat number 1 Lemon Suspect. Close for third, maybe just 5 Courage Prince. And the result of the second heat of the Cox Cup, the winner was number 2 Jet Spray at 2-1. In second Lemon Suspect. Back in third Courage Prince. The winning time a fast 30 seconds. Well, the dogs are in traps for the third heat. In 1 is Simply Supreme, 2 Angelic Upstart, in 3 Centenary Star, in 4 Penny Spotlight, in 5 Shantum Gamble, and in trap 6 Sebastian's Blue. Here up beyond traps and away they go, and fast in the stride was the favourite Shantum Gamble. In second spot number 2 Angelic Upstart. Now on the outside is Sebastian's Blue making some ground. Out of the opening corner, a bit of trouble in behind us, number 5 Shantum Gamble. In second spot Angelic Upstart. Back in third now number 4 Penny Spotlight. Down the back straight they go, and Shantum Gamble increasing his lead with every stride. In second Angelic Upstart now having to give way to number 4 Penny Spotlight. Back in third now is number 1 Simply Supreme running strongly, and he's hit second spot. But around the final corner it's all Shantum Gamble. Dropped the line, a very easy success for Shantum Gamble. Seems close for second spot between number 1 Simply Supreme and number 4 Penny Spotlight. And the result of the third heat, the winner was number 5 the favourite Shantum Gamble at even money. In second spot number 1 Simply Supreme, and back in third was Penny Spotlight. The winning time was a very fast 29:91. The final heat of the Cox Cup, in 1 is Cool Runnings, in 2 Shanless Park, in 3 Word of God, in 4 Keegan's Glory, in 5 Endless Tango, and in trap 6 Barrahard Bruno. Away they go, and fast in the stride Shanless Park. Now number 5 Endless Tango starting to assert. Back in second now is Barrahard Bruno. Around the opening corner they go. A small bit of trouble in behind. Shanless Park got suffered. Back in first place though it's number 5 Endless Tango. In second spot Barrahard Bruno. Now number 3 Word of God making some ground in third spot. But down to the third corner they race, and number 5 Endless Tango, he's about 4 lengths clear of number 6 Barrahard Bruno. Now Word of God coming strongly back in third. Around the final corner it's number 5 Endless Tango. Oh, bit of trouble on the outside. Barrahard Bruno causing some trouble. Now number 3 Word of God gets up strongly to win on the line. In second spot it's close. Well, as you see around the final corner, Barrahard Bruno has a few words to say to number 5 Endless Tango, and number 3 Word of God allowed to sneak through on the inside to get up and win in a close race. Number 6 Barrahard Bruno subsequently disqualified for aggressive behaviour. And the result of the final heat, the winner was number 3 Word of God at 3-1. In second spot Endless Tango. Back in third Barrahard Bruno subsequently disqualified, and number 1 Cool Runnings went through to the semi-finals. The winning time was 30:27.
More used to handling pounds of meat than pounds from punters, butcher recently turned bookmaker Peter Nolan had to endure considerable barracking from his new colleagues Teddy Hegarty and co. when he put up his board at Newbridge.
10 under the 2 for Jack Lamb. Any money coming in now, lads? This is some joke, I tell you that. Started off going to the dogs when he was 7 or 8 years of age. Father used to bring me to the dogs. I went for my communion, made my communion, went to the Curragh races, and then lost the rest of it in Shelburne, so I'm used to losing. Yeah, I was at the butcher, I'm still at the butchering. I work at the butchers during the day, and I go to the dogs at night, and I go to the odd horse race meeting. The reason I probably going easy on the butchering is too long of hours and too hard of work. Andy makes you work far too hard for a living. So I'm enjoying the booking and going to take my chance anyway. Sure, isn't it a good night out? And sure, plenty of people here. And sure, what the harm if we lose? 15 to 10, 9, 7, 9.
On to the final of the McKeon Electrical Sweepstake, where the 6-4 favourite was Miss Jackson, which, if you remember, was my charity bet from last week. Let's hope Paddy Power is going to eat his words about my tipping. The finalists are as follows. In Trap 1, Chief Legend. In 2, wearing the blue jacket, is Walking Sunday. In 3, Penny Soprano. In Trap 4, my charity bet Miss Jackson, the 6-4 favourite. Trap 5, Ballyroe Speed. And finally, Trap 6, Automatic Ranger. Dogs in traps now for the final, and fast in the stride is number 2 Walking Sunday. On the inside, Chief Legend, and out on the outside, Ballyroe Speed. Into the corner they go, bit of trouble, number 2 Walking Sunday, badly hampered. Number 5 Ballyroe Speed, but out front it's Chief Legend. In second spot is Miss Jackson, and back in third is Automatic Ranger. Down to the third corner of the race, and number 1 Chief Legend now being challenged on the outside by Miss Jackson. Back in third, Automatic Ranger still running strongly around the final 2 corners, and Miss Jackson fails to get by number 1 Chief Legend. Back in third is Automatic Ranger around the final turn. Now number 1 Chief Legend being challenged on the outside by Miss Jackson. It's close on the line. We'll leave that one to the judge. Well, here you see the final corner. Number 4 Miss Jackson starting to power home. Chief Legend, who's led from the first turn, is being gradually reeled in by number 4 Miss Jackson, and on the line Miss Jackson just gets up to beat number 1 Chief Legend. Back in third was Automatic Ranger. And the result of the McKeon Electrical Sweepstake, the winner at 6-4 was Miss Jackson. In second spot, number 1 Chief Legend. Back in third, Automatic Ranger. The winning time 29:24. So Paddy Power, if you're listening, I'm on my way to collect the winnings.
Oh yeah, I bred her and she's a member of a very good litter, exceptionally good litter. She missed the break tonight, but she's very genuine and she likes the inside really. And she had the battle all the way, and she ran very, very well. But they're a really exceptional litter. Like we have another lad, he's in the I sold him on, and he's in the semi-final of the National Puppy Stake at the minute. And another fella won down in Mullingar, won a stake in Mullingar. They're very, very good litter. Yeah.
So Bryce, where are you going to go for after this?
After this, I'll go back into Dublin City, I suppose. Buy a few drinks for everyone.
We started sponsoring in the mid-80s, started off small, and we've gone to a nice stake here tonight, £3,000 to the winner. It's a wonderful amenity that Dermot Cox and his board of directors have put up here, and I think you'll agree. Everybody is charmed with it. We're charmed with the sponsorship. As I say, I have a long interest in greyhounds myself. I've had one since 1981, but unfortunately at the moment I don't have, but the rush is on to get one, I can assure you. And I think we had a worthy winner here tonight. I mean, she's unbeaten in the stake. She did everything right. She won a very hard race tonight, doing everything, you know. It was a difficult race for the bitch to win, but she did a fair play to her. And congratulations to all involved. And you know, we look forward to continuous sponsorship of racing here in Newbridge. It's a wonderful amenity that the town now has. It's a new tourist industry to the town, and I think well done to everybody involved, and it's a pleasure to be involved with it.
After the break, we have the Munster Marathon, the Puppy Stakes, and a glimpse into the working life of Noel Hines, the man in charge at Shelbourne Park.
Curraheen Park tonight hosts one of the feature events of the year, namely the final of the 2001 Service Point Munster Marathon. And it has the potential to be a final of real quality. In one is Mega Delight. This John Kiley trained bitch is ideally housed. It won its second round in 39.28. In two, Hello Bud, the track record holder here, over 700 yards. That was set in the second round when he clocked a fabulous 38.74. Next door in three is Artificer. Trained by Fraser Black, Artificer is strong from halfway, but will need to break better than has been the case to feature here tonight. In four is the favourite Making Merry, Ireland's leading steer over the last month or two. Making Merry is jointly owned by the Fitzgerald and Corcoran families in County Waterford. In 5 is Blue Boomer, second to Making Merry in last weekend's semi-final. Could well finish in the top 3 or better. And in 6 it's Elbine Indigo, a rank outsider, owned by 2-year-old Holly Juice of Bulgaden in Limerick. There's £10,000 on offer to the winning connections. The bell sounds for the start of the Service Point Munster Marathon. It's pretty foggy here at Curraheen Park, and they're away in the final of the Service Point Munster Marathon. And the track record holder Hello Bud is off to a good start on the rails, running in the blue jacket in front of the crowd. Going on now, it's Hello Bud. In second, Artificer, and moving into third is the favourite Making Merry. Up front, it's Hello Bud. Going on still. Still, it's in front, it's Hello Bud. Into second now is Artificer. Making Merry is making progress and challenging for second. Up front, Hello Bud. Making Merry is moving into second, but still at the head of affairs is Hello Bud. And off the final turn here, it's going to be pretty close, and it's Making Merry that goes through to win it from Hello Bud, and perhaps Artificer has taken third. Confirmation of the result in the Service Point Munster Marathon final of 2001. The winner Making Merry, second Hello Bud, and in third Artificer. The winning time 39:18.
Naturally, we're delighted. We're on top of the moon.
How did you see the race, John?
Well, I mean, early on, I thought she was in a little bit of trouble, and coming past the stand the first time, she took up third position, and I thought she wasn't going to get a run. And coming between the last 2 bends, she came into second place, and I was just hoping she'd get in on the rails, and she just got her in on the rails coming off the last bend, and drove up neck and neck up the home straight, and just got up in front, coming up to the line. A really driving finish.
So Making Merry that goes through to win it from Hello Bud, and perhaps Artificer has taken third.
Noel Hines has been manager of Shelbourne Park for nearly a decade, but when he arrived back in 1992, the first 10 minutes nearly put him off completely.
When I stood on the steps of the grandstand out there late spring and early summer of '92 and saw 100 people in this big stadium, it was depressing. There was a total lack of focus on customer orientation. The facilities were dreadful. The image was really appalling, and the sad part about it was that the image was also the reality. So that was the kind of challenge that we faced. I had the perfect apprenticeship in other kinds of work, like 6 years in the advertising business, which back in the 70s we always said was the most fun you could have with your clothes on. So that prepared me perfectly for greyhound racing. I had never put a bet on a dog in my life. I think I had 1 or 2 on horses, and I suppose my lack of any kind of in-depth knowledge of the business was legendary then and has become even more famous since. But having said that, that's not what I was bringing to the party.
For some tips, are you? I'll come back to you in a little while.
I saw the competition as being the sort of things that people could go to at night time. It was restaurants, pubs, and discos, the sort of thing that young people went to, because obviously if we had hoped to attract some young people as customers, then we had to have something which matched what they already were used to. So the facility was built, and mostly built at that stage in the late summer of '95. The real trick was to get them inside the doors. There's been a lot of talk about Shelbourne Park in the last few years, but people still don't believe until they actually see it. We started a program of invitations for people from advertising agencies, PR companies, event management companies, sports clubs, social clubs, fundraisers. And we brought them in as our guests, and basically gave them the experience of coming into this new stadium. And my parting shot to all of them when they were leaving in the evening, as I said, if you like it, tell your friends about it. And the whole thing took off from there, and it's literally taken off like a rocket, and it's not stopped yet.
Something which gives Noel great satisfaction is the new image Greyhound Racing projects.
People come here for a night out, and they're very smartly dressed. I mean, it's not the kind of down market image that Greyhound Racing used to enjoy. That they walk into the grandstand lounge and restaurant, and I've seen them stopped, and they go, wow, and it's nice to see that. It's quite gratifying, and we get very good feedback in general in relation to the experience, the night, the fun. the restaurant, the staff. We work hard at doing all these things right. We try to run it with the standards of a reasonably good hotel. First race is always 8 o'clock, and there are 10 races. They run between 8 and 10:30. I invariably am here by 6:30 or thereabouts. My first walk around the stadium, and at that stage it's practically empty, so things that I've got to be satisfied about are that the temperature is right, and it's not an easy one, by the way, because we have big areas and we have different levels of crowd depending on whether it's a Saturday or a Wednesday or a Thursday. The place is clean, hopefully, because we've had the cleaners firstly in after the previous race meeting and then again on Saturday morning to do a final clean-up. And I walk through the whole place, the ground floor and out to our new Carberry restaurant, the rooftop extension, which has seating for people and its own bar out there, back through the middle floor, which is our main grandstand restaurant. I tend to sort of walk around the place all night.
Evening, fellas. How you doing?
My style is MBWA, managed by walking about, and I think that's the way you run a facility like this, and that also means, of course, that I'm very much in view of people. I'm available if someone wants to talk to me or wants to make a complaint, or for whatever other reason.
See you later on. Okay, fine.
I think the one thing that has helped us is we've remained very self-critical all along. The main thing is to keep it fresh. I've always said that it's wonderful to have got to where we are now from where we were, but it's a very fragile flower, and it's a competitive market. Therefore, we must never take it for granted. And I'm lucky that I have excellent colleagues and staff here, who have the same kind of concern about keeping it right.
Well, for those of you within reach of Tralee Greyhound Stadium, mark the 14th of December on your calendar. It sees a benefit meeting in aid of Dingle GAA Club. Should be a magnificent occasion. Meanwhile, we're here at Shelbourne Park. There's a massive crowd on hand to witness the semi-finals of the Shelbourne National Puppy Stake. Dogs now in traps for the opening semi-final. The favourite here, number 5 Olden Times at 5-4. Tut Tut follows at 6-4. The Hares on its way, the Dogs in traps. 1 Bush Ranger, in 2 Tut Tut, in 3 Mustang Hotshot, in 4 Metric Millie, in 5 Olden Times, and in 6 Bluethorn Prince. And away they go, and fast and stride, number 4 Metric Millie, now number 2 Tut Tut going strongly, and number 5 on the outside, Olden Times. Around the opening corner they go. It's number 2 Tut Tut, now being challenged in second spot by Olden Times. Back in third is Bluethorn Prince. Down the back straight they race. It's number 2 Tut Tut, maintaining this lead about half a length over number 5 Olden Times. Into the third corner they go, and Olden Times squeezing around. He's about a neck in front, a short head in front. Now number 2 Tut Tut comes back to the front. Around the final corner, number 2 Tut Tut, in 5 Olden Times, and back in third is number 6 Bluethorn Prince. But at the line it's number 2 Tut Tut got up to beat number 5 Olden Times. Back in third, Bluethorn Prince.
And the result of the first semi-final. The winner at 6-4 was Tut Tut. In second spot, the favourite Olden Times, and in third, Bluethorn Prince. The winning time, 29:34.
The favourite in trap 6 is Larkhill River, a 5-4 on shot. The Dogs in trap order, in 1 Nikita Song, 2 Major Luck, in 3 is Kinrush, 4 Ballinclare Ash, in 5 Santo Vita, and in trap 6 the favourite Larkhill River. The Hare up behind the traps. And away they go, and fast in the stride in the middle was number 4 Ballinclare Ash, and now number 6 Larkhill River on the outside. Into the corner they go, and Larkhill River's at the squeezing round in front of number 3 Kinrush. Back in third spot is number 2 Major Luck. Down the back straight they go. It's number 6 Larkhill River. He's about 3 lengths clear of number 3 Kinrush, who's starting to make some ground into the third corner. Back in third is Major Luck. Now around the second last corner it's number 6 Larkhill River. He's still 3.5 lengths, 4 lengths clear of number 3 Kinrush, and back in third space moving strongly is number 5 Santa Vita. Up to the line is number 6 Larkhill River, holds on to beat number 3 Kinrush. Back in third, Santo Vita. The winning time, 29:09.
And the result of the second semi-final. The winner, justifying his favouritism at 5-4 on, was Larkhill River. In second was Kinrush, and third, Santa Vita. The time, 29:09.
Well, the Hare now on its way for the third semi-final of the Shelbourne National Puppy Stake. The marginal favourite, number 2 Rebel Watcher, at 11-10, it's 5-4. Number 5 Flashing Moment. The Dogs in trap order, 1 Wise Up Paddy, in 2 Rebel Watcher, in 3 Spelled Wrong, in 4 Metric Nose, in 5 Flashing Moment, and in trap 6 All Compressed. And away they go, and fast in the stride, number 3 Spelled Wrong. On the inside, number 1 Wise Up Paddy. Back in third is Rebel Watcher. Into the opening corner they go. It's Wise Up Paddy, now number 3 Spelled Wrong hits the front. Back in third is Rebel Watcher. In fourth spot is Flashing moment, he looks like losing his unbeaten status here. Wise Up Paddy struck the front. He's down about 2 lengths clear going to the third corner. Rebel Watcher making ground in third. Forced to check there. It's number 1 Wise Up Paddy from number 3 Spelled Wrong. Rebel Watcher back in third, and back in fourth is Flashing Moment. Up the home straight they come, and Wise Up Paddy's going to win this. Rebel Watcher just getting up to qualify in second, and back in third is Spelled Wrong. But the winner, number 1 Wise Up Paddy.
And in the last semi-final, a shock result with 12-1 shot Wise Up Paddy in first. Second was favourite Rebel Watcher. In third, Spelt Wrong. The time, 29:29. Carlo trainer Seamus Graham had a successful evening with Lockhill River and Olden Times both qualifying for the final.
It's nice to have 2 into the final. They both have been having little bits of problems with injuries, but Olden Times, he's a big dog. He's changed kennel, and when he changed kennel, he was reared and trained in his previous kennel, so it was a big shock to him to go somewhere else, whereas other dogs have changed around quite a bit. It's the first time I've seen him miss his break. He missed his break and he still went up very fast, and he got a bit of bumping at the first bend and again at the third bend. At his best he could stay on probably a little bit better than Larkhill River, but Larkhill River he's a great dog. He has had 7 races and he's won 6 and was second at the other one. He is a very sore hind muscle, giving him trouble all through, but it's the last stake of the year and we're doing everything we can to poke him through it. The public always like a winner, and he's been winning all the time, and I suppose that's why they go for him. And I'm quite happy with both dogs. I think they'll both run well in the final.
At the end of the evening, the trap draw was made for the final of the Shelbourne National Puppy 525. In Trap 1 is Kinrush. In Trap 2, Wise Up Paddy. In Trap 3, Rebel Watcher. In Trap 4, Olden Times. In Trap 5, Tut Tut. And automatically getting Trap 6, the wide seed, Lockhill River.
An action video with all the highlights of this year's Greyhound season is now available, ready for your Christmas shopping. Made by Greyhound View, it'll cost you a mere $19.99. To order by credit card, just call Dublin 660-3164 or send a cheque made out to Greyhound View and send it to the Irish Greyhound Board, 104 Henry Street, Limerick. In our final programme before Christmas, outgoing chairman Pascal Taggart looks back at the year. We focus on the semi-finals of the Cox Cup and the exciting climax to the National Puppy Stakes. If you would like further information on Irish Greyhound racing, ownership or syndication, visit our website on www.igb.ie or email us on admin@igb.ie.